This is one of many variations of a split routine that I like to use. Today's focus muscle group is going to be the legs, with a couple of other simple movements that don't accumulate too much metabolic and systemic stress. So the first exercise here is going to be a hack squat, but I intensified it a little bit because notice how I pause for 1 to 2 seconds in hip flexion. Pause, ease out of the bottom. This was the second set because the first set didn't record, so I'm already shaking a little bit with just 2 plates on each side. But if you simply pause at the bottom briefly and take your time getting out of the hole, it is much more fatiguing. The next exercise in my workout is a barbell curl. I chose a fat grip easy bar curl. At the gym I train at, this is my favorite bar to do a simple barbell curl with. I'm doing smaller muscle groups alongside the big hip and thigh muscles because personally, a leg press or a squat is so demanding on my body that I can really only include smaller muscle groups alongside that exercise to avoid overtraining. So the biceps curl is the second exercise with the easy bar curl. A barbell curl actually provides a nearly perfect resistance curve that accommodates the strength or force production curve of the biceps. Which bar you use is completely preference. But you will notice at the end here, I reach failure and I continue to contract as hard as possible to completely inroad the biceps. Following the biceps, I work the posterior muscle group, the elbow flexors or the triceps, or the elbow extensors, rather, with the same easy bar curl. This exercise is often referred to as a skull crusher. Pretty good exercise, but again, notice how I do almost a brief pause in elbow flexion in order to remove momentum, focus on effectively, efficiently, and safely loading the elbow extenders and the triceps. Notice I'm also not locking out my elbows in order to maintain continuous muscular loading on the targeted muscle group, the triceps. And again, isometric contraction once I reach failure. The last exercise of this workout is going to be the medial deltoids. A simple plate raise or lateral raise using just a couple of 10-pound plates, staying within the part of the range of motion where the muscles are loaded. If I were to bring my arms all the way down or down to my side, it would remove tension from the deltoids. That's why a relatively short range of motion for this exercise is way more intense and way more effective. Always change direction slowly. You do not want to swing the weight. That may help you get the weight up, but it does very little for providing maximum stimulation on the targeted muscle group. Going to reach failure again, slowly changing direction, reaching failure and continuing to contract as hard as I can until the medial deltoids completely give out and are completely sufficiently fatigued. If you would like private one-on-one coaching, email me at the email address below.